Let me say something that will immediately upset your ego. You are not as logical as you think you are. You don't decide first, you react first. And then you call that reaction logic. Most people don't make decisions. They justify nervous system reflexes, and the reason this matter is simple. If fear reaches your body before logic reaches your mind, then fear controls your life while logic cleans up the mess afterwards. And that's not weakness, that's biology. And once you see this, you stop blaming yourself and you start reclaiming the control. You like to believe you think things through. But here's what actually happens: your body scans for danger first, your brain reacts second, your logic shows up last as a PR team. By the time you are thinking, your nervous system has already decided: fight, freeze, flee, or appease. And logic is just the story you tell yourself so you can live with the decision your body already made. That is why people say, I don't know why I did that. You do know. You just don't like the answer because the answer isn't rational, it's protective. And fear doesn't wait for permission. Fear doesn't debate. Fear bypasses language. Your amygdala can hijack your system in milliseconds. Logic takes seconds, sometimes minutes. So when people say, I know better, but I still, that gap, that's fear beating logic to punch. This is why you stay in situation you outgrew. You over explain when silence would be stronger. You choose familiarity over freedom, not because you are weak, but because your body is prioritizing survival over truth. Fear doesn't care if you are right, fear cares if you are safe. Let's make this little bit uncomfortable. You don't text back because you are busy. You don't speak up because you are being mature. You don't leave because you are being patient. No, your body detected risk: risk of rejection, risk of conflict, risk of abandonment, risk of being seen. And fear said, not worth it. So, logic stepped in and dressed it up. I'm protecting my peace. Sometimes that's true. Most of the time, it's fear with good vocabulary. Here's something no one tells you: fear doesn't avoid pain, fear avoids uncertainty. The nervous system prefers predictable suffering over unpredictable freedom. That's why people stay in dead relationships, stays in job that drains them, stays version of themselves they hate, because known pain feels safer than unknown possibility. Fear says, at least this won't kill you. But logic says, but it's killing me slowly. Fear wins every time until you retrain the system. This is where smart people get trapped. The more intelligent you are, the better you are at explaining fear based decisions. You don't react emotionally, you intellectualize it. You turn fear into philosophy. You turn avoidance into insight. You turn hesitation into intuitions. And it feels convincing. But intelligence doesn't override fear, it just helps hiding the fear better. This is why some of the smartest people stay stuck the longest. Here's the hierarchy no one escapes: body, emotions, thought, and story. Not the other way around. If your body is dysregulated, your thoughts will lie to protect it. That's why telling yourself to think positive fails. That's why affirmations don't work under stress. That's why motivation disappears under fear. You cannot reason your way out of a state your body is still living in. Control starts below thought. Here's where power actually begins: not confidence, not courage, not motivation, awareness. The moment you can say, my body is afraid right now, without obeying it, you have created a distance. That distance is power. Fear thrives in immediacy. Control lives in pose. The strongest people aren't fearless, they just don't let fear make decisions unsupervised. Calling fear logic. Where are you calling avoidance boundaries? Where are you calling survival self care? And here's the sharper question: what would you do differently if fear wasn't allowed to decide first? Don't answer out loud. Don't perform inside. Sit with it. Because the truth usually arrives quietly after the nervous system stops screaming. This isn't about eliminating fear. Fear is ancient, fear is protective, fear is automatic. This is about who gets the final word. Once you understand how fear hijacks logic, you stop blaming yourself and you stop letting fear run your life unchecked. If this hit, sit with it, reflect, and tell me in the comments, where have you mistaken fear for logic? Real growth, raw healing. I hear you and I love you.